Football in Los Angeles. We got the Raiders, the Rams, and the Chargers. You got two proposed stadiums. You have the one in Carson between Main Street to Avalon, between Del Amo all the way. I don't know how big it's going to be, but from Del Amo headed southbound. I've actually seen the area. I work close to that area, and they have another proposed deal for Inglewood with Hollywood Park, because the owner of the Rams, what is his name? Sam, whatever. He bought a lot of property up in Hollywood Park. So they have the stadium. I mean, they have the space to do it. I'm really pro-Inglewood. I'm prefacing this. This whole thing is going to be like pro-Inglewood, my video, and why I think it should be pro-Inglewood. But I gotta be fair and, let the Carson people from Carson, California. Carson already has a stadium with the Home Depot Center, but it's not big enough to host like a football game. So there's no reason why it's 2015, about to be 2016, and there's no football team in LA. And it's almost to a point where we haven't had a football team in so long that most of us already pretty much have our teams that we root for. I just happen to be an Eagles fan, right? So, but in the event that a team does happen to come to Los Angeles, I may go ahead and give up my Eagles and go ahead and root for that team. I will not root for the Raiders. I mean, not that there's something wrong with the Raiders, but because I think they're going to be nice with Amari Cooper. Oh, my God. That guy's going to be a beast. And Carr, I respect Carr. I respect him. I think it's nothing against the Raiders. It's just I can't root for them. Okay, back to the subject. I went awry. Look, the Inglewood project, some people are saying that the Inglewood project would be bad in the event of a terrorist act because it's so close to the LAX airport. But I think it's a bunch of baloney. I think with the security that they'll implement, with the type of stuff that they'll do, you know what I mean? Security is at an all-time high. It's very highly unlikely. Anything post 9/11, we live in a society where it's a lot of security. Almost everybody has a camera. It's high security everywhere. So I think that's a highly unlikely. You have the Chargers and the Raiders basically on one side, and you have the Rams on the other side. And the Rams are pretty much pro-Inglewood. And you got the Chargers and Raiders. They're pretty much pro-Carson. But in order for the deal to happen, you need to have two teams basically coming to LA. It's not going to be one of those situations where it's just one team. It needs two teams to come to LA. The NFL wants it. Everybody wants it. It's going to be economically viable for them to do that. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen. If they get a deal done, or if they decide that they will build a stadium, it should be done by like 2019, the start of the 2019 season, 2019, 2020, around that time. And I just don't think that the Carson one would be great because, I mean, it's more beautiful. I'm not going to lie. The sketches of how it's going to look, it's more beautiful. But what they don't tell you, it's a fucking dump right next to the damn stadium. It's a lot of, I know because there's a dump by the stadium. If you look at the Carson Stadium, it's literally walking distance, a dump, okay? And a lot of debris in the air, it's going to be a lot of EPA, something's got to give, either the dump or the stadium. But the dump's already there. And if you want to be smelling the dump all day, Another thing is Carson is kind of out of the way. It's more South Bay. It's out of the way. You know what I mean? It's cool, but it's close to the 91. It's close to a lot of freeways. But I happen to think things work better. I'm happy to be pro-Inglewood because I'm from Inglewood. I went to school in Inglewood. I really want to see a football team come to LA, and I want it to be in Inglewood. I think that it'll be some gentrification if it does come to Inglewood. It's going to really help that area out where you got Carlton Square. You got a lot of potential. It's gonna make everything go up. It's going to gentrify Inglewood, which is not necessarily a bad thing to me. If done properly. I mean, Inglewood has no Trader Joe's. I would love to see Inglewood have Trader Joe's. I'm pretty sure if you build a stadium over there, it's going to be more than likely, it's going to gentrify. It's going to bring everything up. I just think it's wonderful. They got a nice plaza off of Crenshaw, not too far off Crenshaw and Crenshaw was at Century, Crenshaw and Century. The Red Lobster and everything. I just think it'll work better in Inglewood. And with Carson, it's the same thing. Carson has a movie theater, a big shopping center thing over not too far from the stadium. So that may work out too. It can accommodate everything. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Who do you think? What do you think that what teams are going to come, and which stadium are you pro? Are you pro Carson? Are you pro Inglewood? Which one do you think? And which team do you think is coming out here? I think it's two of the three. For some reason, I don't think the Chargers is coming. But I think that the Rams and the Raiders for sure are coming. That's what I think. It's going to be like old school, but we'll see. All right, guys. Leave a comment below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Eddie Star. Peace.